If you're starting your family in your 30s, your 40s, or even beyond, and you're feeling that society has told you that you're too old to have children, then this video is for you. I want to tell you how being an older mom is actually your superpower. And I'm going to show you why. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Julie. I am a mom of 3 and I share all kinds of advice for new moms and seasoned parents on my channel to help moms go from feeling confused, overwhelmed, stressed to feeling a lot more confident in their parenting, able to raise kind, respectful, resilient humans. I share honest, heart-centered tips to help you connect with your children and really make this experience of parenting a lot more joyful. And today I'm talking to older moms, myself kind of included at the ripe old age of 41, and how starting your family maybe later in life from what society dictates is actually a beautiful and powerful thing. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a like if you enjoy going deeper on motherhood topics. Share this with any older mom that you know that might benefit from this and help her feel less alone or isolated. Let's start with the idea that you're somehow behind because you didn't have children in your 20s for whatever reason. And trust me, there are many, many reasons, whether it's by choice or not. Firstly, this is a super outdated idea because so many women are opting to have children later in life. So it's kind of ridiculous that this even still persists. I want you to change this to you're not behind. You just chose a different path. And isn't it amazing that you live in a world where you can actually choose your destiny? It wasn't that long ago that women were not allowed to. They were literally there to have children, to be wives, and to stay at home. Now we have a lot more options. I do believe the truth is somewhere in the middle, but for the sake of this video and where you might be in your life right now, you are where you are. There's no changing the past. We can only decide how we are going to live out the future. I choose to believe that you are where you are meant to be, and everything leading up to this point has prepared you for who you're going to become. Every challenge, every growth moment has prepared you for this next phase in your life. Something that younger moms just cannot have is the life perspective, the experience that you have as an older mom getting ready to raise children. You have emotional tools that your younger self at 20 or 25 just did not possess. As an older mom, you're much more likely to be grounded and emotionally aware. You're likely more practiced at patience, setting boundaries, and communication. You're less likely to sweat the small stuff. You're more likely to know when it is worth fighting for something and when to let it go. This emotional maturity gives you, and therefore your children, so much more stability. You also probably know what your values are and are able to define them a lot clearer than when you were in your early 20s. You have more clarity of what kind of parent you want to be and what kind of childhood you want to create for your kids. This clarity is something not to be underestimated. It is a true gift and something that we don't appreciate until we get older. If you've ever seen interviews of older women or women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they will categorically say that they do not want to go back to how they were in their 20s or maybe early 30s because the sense of belonging in themselves, the sense of I don't care so much what other people think, that is priceless, and that can really only be earned through being on this planet for longer, through maturity, wisdom, life experience. So I think this is kind of funny, but when I was researching for this video, a lot of things that came up regarding older mothers is this idea that you're going to be incredibly tired, and you weren't tired at 20, but you're going to be very tired at 40 if you decide to have kids. I don't know if I buy into this. I'm now 41, so I can't remember exactly what I was like at 20, and I only had my first baby at 31, which maybe could be considered old. I feel like you're going to be tired regardless of your age, and when things truly excite you, when you feel like you're living your purpose, somehow you find the energy to push through. I can't imagine that as a 25-year-old having a brand new baby, not knowing how to care for it, you feel very refreshed and chipper, so much more significantly than if you were 40, but let me know in the comments down below. I think the wisdom, the strategy, the systems, the priorities that you have cultivated in your life will probably outweigh whatever energy you may have had as a 25-year-old. Plus, it's kind of null and void because you're not 20, you're not 25, you're in a later stage of life, so it's kind of a silly thing to debate. You may also have more help and resources at 40 than you did at 20, and so even if you are more tired physically, you can actually enlist help and hire someone to help you, or have better networks and friends to help you with the baby, so maybe it all comes out in the wash. You don't waste time trying to do it all. You say no to the unnecessary. You create routines that support your energy, and this comes from knowing yourself so much better, and you ask for help. You know that this is not a weakness, this is being smart. Your energy may be more limited, I guess it's up for debate, but you use it so much more intentionally as you get older. Here are just a few superpowers that older moms bring to the table. Perspective. You've been through hard things, and you know that there's a season for everything, and not everything is a big deal. You might be better at not spiraling when your toddler has a meltdown because you know that this is just what kids do. You have more financial or career stability. Hopefully, that time that you've spent not having kids in your 20s and 30s has been an opportunity to pour into your career, to build a life for yourself, and to have more financial flexibility than you did when you were younger. Maybe you don't have to work now when you have your baby when they're so small, but when you were 20, you would have been working 2 jobs to support your family. Emotional intelligence. You're modeling regulation, self-awareness, and authenticity. Intentionality. You're more likely to parent on purpose, not from autopilot, less likely to fall for trends, and really know yourself better so that you can make the best choices for your children. Community wisdom. You likely have friends that have had babies, and you can see and learn from their mistakes. You're not the guinea pig. You can really extract things that have worked from people around you and do the best for your family. This is also not to say that younger moms aren't amazing. I don't really think it should be a competition. I'm more trying to make the point that if you do find yourself in the older age bracket, I don't want you to feel bad about that. I want you to embrace all the good things about it. Here's something you need to hear. You are literally not the only one in this situation. More and more parents are starting their families later in life for a myriad of reasons. It could be career, it could be financial, it could be struggles to fall pregnant, fertility. It could also be finding a partner later in life and not feeling like you can have a child unless you have some kind of stable relationship, which makes sense. With women entering the workforce, more women graduating from university than men, it really does impact when we are deciding to have kids. I just don't want you to feel like you've missed the boat. I heard this quote saying that you can have everything you want, just not all at once. And I truly hope that if children are on your heart and something that you really want to experience, that you are able to have children later in life, if that is where you find yourself. Being an older mom isn't a problem to fix. It's a power to embrace. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more meaningful conversations around motherhood. I like to go deep on these topics because I don't think there's enough people talking about them out there, and we need to feel supported. And if you're interested in extra support, I provide one-to-one coaching for moms who want to parent with clarity, confidence, and connection, no matter when they started their journey. Don't forget to grab my free Calm Mornings printable. The link is down below. This is a small step towards peaceful parenting, whether you have children or you don't, and I hope that you will enjoy it. And it works no matter how old you are when you start. You're doing an amazing job. I am cheering for you. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.